All right, match day 30, 8 games left. This is it. Arsenal head to the Amex to face Brighton and Hove Albion. And let's not dress this up. This is pressure football now with 5 points clear of Manchester City. Yes, but that game in hand is looming over everything. This isn't about style anymore. This is about nerve. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Here's the situation. Arsenal have got a 56% chance of winning this, according to the models. Brighton, 22%, a draw, 22% as well. On paper, Arsenal are favourites, but Brighton at home are a different animal. They've won back-to-back games. They're pushing for a top half finish. And under the lights at the Amex, they will absolutely do everything within their power to drag this into chaos. And that's the key word here, chaos. Because Arsenal don't want that. They don't want chaos. They want control. So for a little shift, we're looking at faster, more direct, more ruthless play. Early in the season, Arsenal away from home were fine. You know, functional, 1.2 goals per game between August and December. But since January, 2.3 goals per away match. It's not a small jump. That's a bit of a philosophical shift, really, because we're playing more vertically now, attacking quicker. We're punishing teams in mid-blocks instead of just recycling possession endlessly. And when we score first, the game changes. We've seen it multiple times now, because this isn't an Arsenal side that doesn't just score first. They suffocate you. At home, it seems like we do step off the gas a little bit and we let teams come on to us. But in all honesty, recently we've seen a difference in points and we've seen a difference in goals per game. 16 goals from corners, which equals the Premier League record now. One more and we own it outright. But here's the part I love. 13 of the 20 matches where Arsenal have scored first, it's come from a set piece or a penalty. It's engineered. Score from a corner, slow the tempo, kill the emotion, lower the heart rate, control everything. Unfortunately, it doesn't always lower the heart rate, and it almost gave me blood pressure problems last week, because the danger of doing that is that Brighton lead the league with 9 goals from substitutes. 9. That means if Arsenal don't land the second punch, if they let this hang out at 1-0, Brighton's fresh legs in the last 20 minutes become a real threat. And we've seen us look leggy late, especially in games recently. So the final 20 minutes might be where it swings. I genuinely think this match is decided after the 70th minute, towards that last 20. If Arsenal are in control, rhythm slowed, possession clean, transitions managed, they win. But if it becomes a bit stretched, end to end, if the crowd gets a little lift, it might favour Brighton. And Arteta has even admitted it in his press conference that in these high transition phases, heart rates hit about 180 BPM. And when that happens, decision-making drops. We've seen it, especially with players like Zubimendi recently. And that's why he keeps on talking about slowing the game down. Not because it's pretty, but because he feels it's necessary. And I'm hoping that we can kind of adjust that a little bit in this next game, maybe put our foot on the throat of Brighton. We're going to have to address the elephant in the room, though. Declan Rice. Hamstring, late decision. Odegaard, knee, not guaranteed. Ben White, out as well. But if Declan Rice doesn't start, that changes the entire emotional tone of this match. His presence alone stabilizes chaos. We saw that with the late substitutions in the last game against Chelsea. When we lost Rice and Gyökeres, there was a shift, even against 10 men. Without him, you're potentially looking at Lewis Skelly stepping into a title race environment, which is a huge ask, or possibly Norgard coming in, or us playing something different like a Kai Havertz and an Eze. Away at Brighton, I'm not too sure. And that's where squad depth really stops becoming theoretical and starts to become a real thing. In terms of the kind of key battles away from the selection headache that we might end up having, Gyökeres away from home has been lethal. 6 goal involvements in his last 7 on the road games. He's going straight into a physical fight here, though. Dunk and Van Hecke won't give him an inch. He has got to be on top form, and we have been on a bit of a roller coaster with Victor Gyökeres, but he has got to step up. On the other side, you got Danny Welbeck against his former club. We know him all too well, and he's chasing history at 35 years old. You know he'll be motivated. And then David Raya. I mean, what a performance he had against Chelsea. I mean, unbelievable save after unbelievable save. If Brighton, towards the end of the game, in that last 20, start to turn kind of a little bit of pressure on us, get some crossing sequences against us, he becomes the difference between 1 point and 3 points. So, what happens in this game? Let's be honest, the safe prediction is probably like a 1-1, maybe a 2-2. Brighton are very resilient at home. Arsenal are carrying fatigue. The schedule has been relentless. However, we have got an FA Cup game coming up against Mansfield, and maybe it's a last push before some big players get some rest. Champions win ugly. If Arsenal score early on, say it with me, from a corner. If they slow the tempo instead of feeding the Brighton crowd, if we stay emotionally cold, then I probably see it as a Brighton 1, Arsenal 2 win. It's not going to be glamorous. It's probably not going to be vintage, but hopefully it's professional, controlled, and ruthless. And at this stage, at the end of the season, that is all that matters. So, what do you think? Does Arsenal break the corner record here? Do we turn this into another nervy night? Or is this where the title mentality really shows? Drop your predictions below, because from here on out, every game's going to feel like a final. You guys know football. I just talk it. Like and subscribe. Forder out.